It's me, Dr. Beverly Wixon, here in Abundance Personified. And yesterday I put out a poll and asked you, kind of what you did, like guided meditations and visualizations, deep breathing, emotional freedom technique, unguided meditations, and there was something else that I can't remember what it was right now. Um, and it's funny because when I look at the votes, it looks like I typed it in the order of votes. And emotional freedom technique was kind of in the middle. So I thought I'd come on here and just, in case you don't know what it is, give you a little bit about what it is. And this is a very little bit. I'm going to give you absolute basics. Tapping's been around for about 30 years as a technique. And it has been proven in research studies to help with the fight, flight, or freeze response, the fight or flight response that we have. But when you look at the tapping points, you start to realize we do them as a natural cause, as a natural effect, I should say, a natural thing to calm ourselves. Because the basic spots are right here above the eye, kind of like at your eyebrow and up. And think about it. When we're stressed, we're oftentimes pressing these points. Say, rubbing your eyebrows practically. And that's a tapping point right there. Another one is right at the side of the eye. It's almost like right in that little divot that, right there at the corner of the eye and then out. I sometimes use three fingers, the middle two fingers, because it seems more comfortable than using these first two. That's right there. And again, we rub our temples and then sometimes we come into here and we press outward whenever we're stressed. So I sometimes like to use three fingers because it kind of gets right there and it goes out to my temple. Another spot, the next spot is right under the eyes, kind of like right there on the bone. And again, when we're stressed, we're oftentimes going, oh gosh, or we're kind of covering our eyes and trying to get all of that at once. Next is right below the nose, right here, this lovely little spot, which, when we think, we sometimes sit here and we're going, oh, and our fingers are right there. So it's another spot that we naturally touch whenever we're thinking. Next is right under the chin. Again, that's a spot that when we're thinking, we do this a lot. So we're touching that spot. Next is right here underneath our collarbones. You find your collarbone and you go down about an inch or so, and it's that spot right there. And again, when we're upset, we're oftentimes tapping this spot or hitting this spot or oh my goodness, all those things. The one that we probably don't do as a natural thing is the under the arm, and it's right here about the bra line, right there. You can do it with one arm or you can do it with both. You kind of look like a monkey. But we do it, we don't think that we do that. We don't necessarily tap, but we oftentimes, and I have to shift the camera, we do oftentimes sit like this, we cross our arms, and it's all has to do, with that spot because that's the triple warmer spot. And another thing is when we sit like that, it's a natural way to relax when you sit with your arms that way. And then the last one is the top of your head, like the crown of your, like right there at the crown of your head. And again, this is something that when we're thinking, we do this. So see, tapping, when you think of it as the fact that these are all points in our body that we frequently touch when we're trying to release stress, it makes perfect sense that this works with the fight or flight. So an easy thing to do, and you can do this at any time, is simply to tap on those spots and you don't have to say a word. I mean, if you've heard about tapping and you know about the scripts, or you heard a little bit about the scripts and you think, oh, I can't figure out those scripts, I don't know what to say, then don't say anything. Just tap on the spots. You know? And if the one that is under your arm feels uncomfortable, skip it. It's okay. There, you can just do 3 or 4 of the spots. You can do them all. So this is whether you're upset about general life stuff. if you're upset about your finances, if you're upset about a relationship, any of those things. And you can just tap on them and you'll probably start to notice, and you can do both hands or one, but you'll start to notice that as you do them, you start to feel a little better. It even works, if you're craving something. Let's say you're craving some sugar, but you don't want to eat sugar, you're trying to lose weight. Do this before you eat the sugar. You know, if you can just do a couple of rounds before you go grab that candy bar, then you may find that after you've done it, you no longer want the candy bar or the sugary drink because you've just calmed your body without that thing that you thought you needed. And you can add words to it. A really simple phrase to add to it is simply something like, I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm worthy. I love myself. I deserve to be happy. Anything like that. It doesn't have to be these big, strange, um, complicated scripts that you may have heard online. You can certainly do those, but you don't have to. I've seen people use this when they're nervous about giving a speech, and they stand there and do this, which I found odd the first time I saw somebody do that, because I thought, if you're so nervous about speaking publicly, it seems to me that this would make you even more nervous doing this in front of the audience. I can see doing it, it made sense. I thought at the time that it would have made more sense to do it behind the audience. But the person then, as he was speaking, began to discuss tapping. That's when it started to make sense. So you can just do this at any time. Any time. It's so easy to do. Now, there's certainly more to it. If you've seen it online, you may have seen them talk about the karate chop. That's for another video. We'll do that another time. But for now, if you're feeling upset about anything, you're feeling stressed, whether you're wanting to lose weight and you're craving sugar and you don't want to eat it, or you're wanting to be lazy and you're thinking, I need to get up and move because I haven't moved off this sofa in 3 days, then do this and tell yourself, just say, I want to get moving. I want to get moving. I want to get moving. And eventually you'll probably find yourself saying, I'm ready to get moving. Yeah, let's move. Let's go. Whatever it may be, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a relationship with yourself, relationship with another, relationship with the world, relationship with money, whatever it may be, try the tapping and let me know in the comments how it goes. And by the way, I do have a couple of spots, like 2 spots open for the rest of during this month for complimentary 20-minute mini sessions. And I'll show you where some money's hiding right in front of you. And I'll give you another tip that will help you to increase your abundance. Free, all complimentary. So DM me if you're interested in that, and I'll get you signed up so that we can chat and help you on your way to creating your own abundance. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.